Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you may be. I welcome you to this quiet and sacred space, just for you and me to relax, to chill, to recharge, just to be with ourselves and breathe. Okay, so I was just going to say that my allergies are getting better. Then I go and sneeze. So please join me, taking that deep breath, bringing it all the way down to the core of you. So as you breathe in, push that tummy out so that you're bringing it all the way down. Just fully focus within. I always imagine the human breathing in and giving the divine all the love. And on the out breath, the divine giving the human love. So it's this big cosmic dance within. You can imagine yourselves coming together, body, mind, and spirit. And being aware of the oxygen and crystalline atoms nourishing you. All your cells, trillions upon trillions of cells within, all opening up and vibrating as they feel the breath. And then just allow yourself to sink into you. Sinking into the silence. It's like you're creating your own safe space. Feeling oh so loved as you feel that loving presence all around you, that divine part of you. The human surrendering, giving up all that control, all that thinking, all those feelings of concern and doubt, judgment. Just for a little while, there's just you observing yourself and listening to me. And I am you too. So feeling how warm your body is becoming, despite how cold it may be, actually. Remember, we always have our own compass temperature. We can turn it up or down. Oh dear. Oh dear. So in Spain's case today, we're turning it up a notch. So just focusing on your breath. And today, from this space of silence, I want us to observe into something that might have been coming up these last few days. Some niggle, some old belief that resurfaces. Some belief that we know is not true. We've worked on it, but still, it's still there. Oh dear. Excuse me. So whatever it is, bring it to the foreground. You can either write it down or just remember it. For me, it wasn't so much about money, it was a general feeling that I am a failure. And based upon that, judgment occurs from everything that you've heard in your past. So whatever yours might be, I want you to bring this belief into this space, this safe space. You can imagine the words written on the walls of this safe space. And feel these words. So not being afraid of them, not resisting them, wanting to push them away. Just feel them. And whatever thoughts come in, just allow them also to come and go. No judgment, come and go. And just embrace this belief, this old belief that you're really done with, but you know in some way that it still plays a little role today. So just breathing and feeling how it feels. What does it do to you, the human? It's like we come into a little resistance. But the more we allow it to be in our presence, the more we allow ourselves to embrace it, this feeling of failure or whatever your belief is. Allow yourself to accept it. Yes, I have been a failure at some time, in some experience. Maybe you can recall an experience where you were a failure, and that's okay. So just stay with this acceptance. It is part of the role you have played. But it's not who you are. It doesn't define you. It doesn't make you any less. It was just a way for you to realize that there are also times where you could be a success. So I am a success is the opposite to I am a failure. So what is the opposite of your belief? See it in words, the opposite. So I am. And feel this opposite experience. And maybe you remember a time when you experienced this happiness, delight. So again, this experience has been part of you. It doesn't define you, it's just part of life. Doesn't make you any better than you are. It's just something that happened based on something you did. And part of the dual experience. You're no better or worse for having had this experience. Now I want you to imagine these two aspects of yourself, and you can imagine yourself standing there. One is experiencing I am a failure, and the other is experience I am a success, or whatever your belief is. And allow them to come together. How does this feel? Just breathing into this space, feeling the coming together of an old belief and both sides of the coin together after the experience. I did this the other night, and it was quite beautiful afterwards. It's like when I allowed these two beliefs to come together, it's like all the energy of both, of being a failure and being a success, just disappeared, dissolved. And I knew that they would never come back again. They would never show their head again, because I'd dealt with it now. And not by fighting, not by resisting, running away, being fearful because I was a failure and people judged me as so, and I judged myself as so. The old belief came together and transmuted into new potential, literally dissolving, gone. So I'll be interested to see what happens to yours, how it makes you feel. Maybe not now, but later. And if you need to stay longer in this space with them, that's okay too. And you'll know when it's time to leave it. But just coming back to the breath, understanding now, in this now moment, that there is nothing to be concerned about. You're not going to be triggered again. Other people, whatever they might say, you know now that you're over this. Yes, you've been and done it, got the t-shirt and moved on. We're now in this space, focusing on unity, on harmony, and bringing it, birthing it on earth. And we find out, as we release all our old beliefs and programs and conditioning, so many, we empty the vessel and are able to hold more light to be able to feel that pure essence we are: love, joy, peace. So I want you to feel bubbles of love, joy, and peace now rising from the core of you, filling your whole body with this feeling. Let me say, your magnificent self, your divine human self, your sovereign self. Raising your own vibration, keeping yourself high. so that nothing anymore can harm you, deter you from your path. And once our whole body is full of this beautiful essence that you are, you can expand your energy so that as you radiate this loving and joyful and peaceful presence. So we can expand ourselves to be as big as the earth. So we all join our forces together. No matter at what time, what space, we're all together, affecting others. Just giving them a little nudge to wake up. That's all we have to do. And we don't have to do it. For me, it is a passion, a mission to share this delightful feeling. And how simple it is just to be the change. So as we keep radiating this beautiful feeling, I wanted to touch on the ascension symptoms, as we call them. We say that the more and more light we receive the body, it shines a light on all the hidden aspects of us, the roles and experiences that we have hidden because it has shamed us or made us feel guilty or embarrassed, broken us even. So we hid them away. But the more and more light that pours into us, that we breathe in, reveals, it brings all this darkness to the surface for us to feel. And at first we do this all energetically. We understand it intellectually. But then the physical body actually starts to change. And the physical body feels this darkness coming up. And this causes the symptoms. So you can say the light indirectly is the cause of the body going through these symptoms. Not so nice symptoms at some stages. And you'll find out that your symptoms will be the weakest part of you. Now, if you and if I focus on being the light, vibrating high, these symptoms shouldn't last so long. But they will exaggerate their existence within you the more you let yourself focus on the darkness, the concerns and the doubts and the judgments, the beliefs. If you do tend to be afraid, that's why it's so important to bring in any beliefs that you feel that are still triggering you, keeping you in your ascension symptoms. Maybe not moving forward as you feel you should, you ought. So just bringing them forward and looking at them and not fearing them at all, but looking them right in the eye, embracing and accepting them for what they were, but not for defining you. And they release once we bring the opposites back together. So a little bit of ascension symptoms is good, but if you feel they go on too long, then you know you need to do some work. So that I felt was important. That's what I've been going through these last few days, because the energy is, wow, so high. So just before we leave, let's just breathe together. And I want to just look at our connection with the cosmos. Bringing that breath down through your body and then down into the earth core, back up again. I don't know, it's my figure of 8 is how I use it, but you might have another practice. But just feeling one and at the center of the cosmos and the earth. And if I've never learned the chakras at all, but we have the crown of the head and we have the root chakra. If you imagine this space all coming into one in the middle of you, so like you are this vibrating star from the center of you. So imagine your core and your root chakra coming together as one. Breathing together with the cosmos and the earth. So you're just like this expanding star. Just allowing all these potent energies now, light energies, to activate whatever needs to be activated within you. And know that it's happening all the time when you breathe. Until next week then, so every day, just focus maybe a couple of times a day on this breathing. Cosmos, the crown, and the root chakra as one, and the earth together, receiving whatever activation you need from the incoming light now. So focus on this for the next week. And then you can note down any changes, feelings, because something is happening more. So it's good just to sit and observe. Well, I feel good. So remember, you can keep doing all this and be anchored where you physically are. You're multidimensional, magnificent you, going through it all. And yes, the confusion and chaos continues out there. And you have to trust yourself. Trust this journey you're on. Have patience. Don't give in. Don't give up. There are more of us. There are enough of us. What we're doing, anchoring the new earth here, is happening as we speak now. So more patience, trust. Follow your heart. So thank you very much. Love you all. And until next week or whenever. Adios.